Normally it's pretty quiet, but on Sunday afternoon,
I was in the bathroom taking a shave. And I heard a screeching, between a screech and a whistle.
This is about control, everybody knows, everyone complies with the kinds of pros. I don't need a plane, I just hit the road, I do what I want, I can't sell my soul, market about to crash, this is what you chose, ruining the country, I think that's the goal, you gon' take the mark, I take narrow roads, I'm a man of God, I can never fold.
Wait, hold on. We're already pouring? You haven't? Welcome.
Okay, well,
What a shit
Ian's
show
trying to
this
get
is.
us started up there. He started yelled welcome. Did you hear him?
You felt like you had to say it though.
Does that
after I
mean,
said it, didn't you?
yeah.
Oh, well, welcome.
All right, here we go. Let's get this party started. Welcome to the Protect Your Purpose podcast, where we talk coffee, business, friends, family, and freedom. I am your host, Matt Marchese, and this is my co-host, Zach, the clown shirt, Grady. Welcome to the show, buddy. What's all the faces for?
I spilled some.
You spilled my bucket of coffee. I prepared this. I want everyone to know, our audience to know, I personally prepared a bucket of coffee of espresso.
Yeah, we're switching it up today.
We are, but before we switch, we're switching up the order. It's espresso. What do you
Gracias.
you want it to not be strong? It's strong. All right, it's strong. It's espresso. Anyway, and of course, and always, my lovely wife, Lindy. Welcome to the show, honey.
Hi, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, that was a good little.
It's more serious.
Yeah, that was the extended.
Are we just going to gloss over your shirt today?
Does it need an intro?
I was hoping no one noticed.
I think I just figured it out. So Morrison's got this tiger shirt button up.
Okay,
He's literally worn
Every day.
8 days this week.
perfect.
And I'm like, where is he? Like, he just wants to dress up and wear this shirt.
Yeah.
And now I'm starting to understand he's probably hanging out with you two.
Yeah, he comes over
'cause
here.
that's all you wear is
Yeah.
button-ups.
We wear button ups. That's right. Yeah, dude.
He had that button-up on today with swimming trunks and tennis shoes.
I've got my button up on today with joggers and Jordans. So, and a dad hat. And you know how you know it's a dad hat?
Because it says dad.
on it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep,
I
that's how
like
you know
that
it's a
hat.
dad
Nailed it.
Your wife. got that.
Jordan got this for me, actually. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I decided today.
That's a cool shirt, though.
This was a gift from one of my buddies. His name's Jeff Barclay.
My name Jeff.
He hooked it up, got me this, got cigars and whiskey on it.
Clutch.
He knows I'm a fan of the whiskey. He's actually one of the first investors in my business. He invested $100.
Got you started, though.
Yeah, that's right. No, it's more like a pledge to an investment. But he got me this, and then I put the shirt on today. My father loved cigars. God rest his soul and his cigars. And I put this on, and I thought about my father, my dad. And then I saw this hat sitting there. I was like, I'm going to do the dad and the dad shirt and the dad hat. So today, I'm your host, Dad. This is it. My dad.
I'm dad.
I'm Dad. Welcome to the show. Anyway, all right. So today we've got. Well, first of all, we're not drinking. What's the elephant in the room? Let's knock this out. We're not. None of us are drinking.
I don't know if anybody really does. Do a lot of people pay attention to that?
I don't care if they do or not.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's fair.
We don't do it for them. We do it for us, right?
True.
Wait.
Mhm.
Do we do it for them? Do we drink for the benefit of our audience?
I think alcoholics say that. I don't drink for
It's
me. I
not
drink
for
for
me.
you.
Yeah. I'm
Sounds
doing
like
this-
something they would say.
Sounds like something my
Who's
wife
they?
would say.
Tuesday.
My wife doesn't like being on the 75 hard program or any program that requires her not to drink because she feels like she's letting down others. And I'm like, honey,
That when you say it out loud, that
Lindy, you're
sounds
just
so
not as
ridiculous.
fun.
they
sober.
don't give a shit if you're drunk or not. In fact, most of our friends would appreciate. Actually, we do have some friends that really love drunk Lindy.
Yeah.
And they like wait.
So
when
you
they're
do let them
excited.
down when you're on.
I think Lindy actually does let some of our friends
They
down.
are going to do the program
Is
with
she not
us,
quite as ditzy,
so
or is she more ditzy drunk?
Oh, I think ditzy is very insulting.
they
Very accurate, though.
Whatever it is.
several times they just have said that I lose my words. So we'll just leave it at that. I'm not
Yeah,
really-
Lindy's not good at talking after a little couple
It's like
drinks. Anyway,
it's like Blue's
I
Clues,
think-
but for
I
words.
think
You got to
that's
find
one
them.
of the side effects.
listen, that's all people that drink. It just happens to you a little sooner. You're sort of lightweight.
Yeah.
Quite literally. You're a lightweight. Well, we're not drinking. Instead, we're drinking coffee. So I have prepared us, it's actually espresso. I've prepared us a bucket of espresso.
Bucket of espresso here on the podcast.
Yes, and Ian said espresso in case anyone didn't hear that, which is the wrong
It was a
way
test.
to say.
S.
It was a test.
I was seeing if you were on your game, Dad.
I am. Dad's on his game today. I
The
am.
grammar police in full force.
Yeah, I don't know that it's grammar policey. I just want
It
you.
very much is.
Since you got COVID, I wanted to make sure you're still batting
I
100
don't
in the
have
brain.
COVID. I wouldn't know because I've never
What?
taken a COVID test.
Can't have it if you don't test for it.
How does it feel being over there with
That's
two
how
people with COVID?
That's how I deal with
it's
HIV.
the COVID end of the room.
I'm sorry. What?
You
What,
can
littering
tell that
and?
we've had espresso.
Literally.
We're all amped up.
Ugh.
I said you approach COVID like I approach HIV.
Is that what? Let's talk about. So we're not drinking.
Let's
we're
talk
past
about
that.
HIV.
We're drinking coffee.
Oh, speaking of HIV,
Magic Johnson's doing really good.
We're on a program. We're fasting. All of us are hungry, right? Are you fasting?
I did not fast this morning. No.
What'd you eat? Tell us what you ate. We're hungry.
Tell us your diet.
Yeah.
No, I won't. And I won't do that.
You won't tell?
Oh,
it's
it's
a
like
secret what you
Egg
ate?
McMuffin or
It
something.
was a burrito, egg burrito.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, burrito sounds good.
From a
What
gas
was in it?
station?
No, like I air fried it.
Oh, tell us what was in it.
Were eggs in it?
Please tell me.
Did you put salsa on it? You put cheese?
What
and
kind of
salsa?
cheese?
Oh man.
Yeah,
The-
some egg, sausage, cheese. Yeah, it's
I did a
delicious.
20-something hour fast, and when
22.
we broke our I wasn't even hungry when I broke the fast yesterday
Why'd you do it?
because I was out to dinner with some corporate heads that.
You would have looked like a doucher.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't eat. I'm fasting.
Yeah, no,
I'll have a glass of water, please.
they knew I was fasting, and I because I wanted because I was at a delicious steakhouse, and I
You
had
gotta take advantage.
I had a ribeye sitting in
Oh,
front
that's
of
a
me.
great way to break it, though. Yeah.
Right, I broke it with a delicious ribeye, and I ate all the fat and everything. You
We
didn't
were-
even notice, did you? I
No.
ate the shit out of that fat.
We were
Good for you.
sitting
Yeah.
there, and I was like, it's been 22 hours, and I'm not even hungry.
Yeah,
He was
it
like,
goes
"Me
away,
either."
doesn't it?
And then I went to the salad bar, and I was like, I was like, whoa, I
And
am hungry.
you're not open until you break the seal.
Yeah, the moment I sliced into that medium rare
The
ribeye,
blood juices come flowing
it's not
out.
blood, it's love.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
It's
juice.
I love
It's
it.
juice.
It's blood.
No, I don't think it is blood. Google it. I don't think it is blood.
Blood gives it the flavor.
I don't think it's blood.
If it is,
What else would it be?
I don't know. Google it. I'm not.
I don't trust Google, but
Oh, can't trust that thing.
it's gonna lie
Anyway,
to me.
there's a couple things I want to talk about today. We've got some news clips, right? That we're reacting to.
We do.
All right,
we're
so
gonna watch.
we're gonna react to news clips.
So I will say,
For me to tell you failed that.
without reading this article, it definitely says it is not blood. I'm trying to find out what it is, but it says it is not blood.
I've been trying to tell you guys I know shit. I don't know why.
But
I
now
know
it's
shit.
throwing scientific words at me like myoglobin, and I don't
hemoglobin.
Oh, it's myocarditis.
hemoglobin.
Oh, okay. No, that's a vaccine that drips out of your medium rare steaks. You know they're trying to do that with plants. I saw something that
know. Vaccinate plants?
they're trying to vaccinate like vegetables.
Dude, what is going on with
Yeah.
Netflix? Used to be like super woke, right? Weren't they like getting flack for being woke?
Yeah.
They have
Yep.
a lot of controversial stuff on there right
Yeah,
now.
I'm not sure why that's a good question. I've thought that before.
Painkiller? Have you heard of Painkiller yet?
No, but
So Painkiller was it's a little like mini series
Yeah,
about
it's a docuseries.
the OxyContin
Yep.
how it came to be. So if you ever question if Big Pharma cares about it, you just go watch that.
yeah.
They have
No.
Scout's Honor.
Also, if you ever question if Big Pharma cares about you, I would also recommend that you punch yourself in the face
Because they clearly don't.
as hard as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
Take your fist. If you're right-handed, right fist. Left-handed, left fist, because we want it to hurt.
But it goes through the whole story, like how they were having hot freaking chicks sell it to doctors, and they were getting paid based off of the amount of milligrams, not necessarily by the amount of pills. So they were telling them to up the milligram dosage.
Oh, wow.
It goes pretty deep. It's a good watch.
Yeah, here's the deal. It's a business. Okay? It's a business.
Mm-hmm.
Even if there is some underlying, good in their soul, even if they are, have the presence of God in their soul, they're going against their own beliefs. Like they're going against their own beliefs for the benefit of their business. It's a for-profit business. And not only is it a for-profit business, it's one of the most profitable and largest for-profit businesses on the planet.
Are they going to make more money curing you or keeping you on medication?
Right. Like, it's a multi-trillion dollar industry.
It's so crazy, man, how some people just don't understand that. But they also have the Scouts Honor, which is about, I think it's a documentary about the kids in the Scouts and the whole controversy about freaking letting like predators be like scout guides and stuff, and then they have Poisoned, which that's what reminded me of it,
Poisoned.
the food one.
Yep.
And I watched a documentary the other day about it was called Ordinary Men, and it talks about the Holocaust and the people in one of the specific battalions that was ordered to execute Jews, and it talks about how these guys were recruited, and they were just normal everyday people off the street recruited into this police battalion, and it goes into the psychology of ordinary people making the decision to execute innocent people, knowing what they're doing is wrong, and how crazy it is, how easy it is for somebody to just become a killer, essentially.
Yeah, man.
And it just gets me thinking, man, especially in today's age, the hate and divide. Like if the government came down tomorrow and said, hey, it's now legal to kill this certain group of people, how many people would be willing / okay doing that?
Radicalization is such a weird thing. It's a hard thing to conceptualize especially and particularly a good non-crazy person.
Right.
But it happens so quickly. And that's why people do not believe what they see on TV could be a normal person.
Reality?
Yeah. How many people have you heard went crazy, killed their whole family, and the neighbors are like, what? They were the sweetest family.
They had him over yesterday for dinner.
Right. What? He was babysitting my daughter last week. What do you mean he raped her? Like, he's a rapist. Like, people are so radicalized. And here's what happens. This is what I believe. There's nothing, I've got no scientific backing for this. I've got no data to support my hypotheses. I think what happens is they make one move. And the way they cope with it is by normalizing it in their own brain. So they do one thing, they commit one crime, they go overboard, they rape one person, they physically harm kill a person, maybe on accident, and then they go, the way to cope with it is to continue the behavior.
Well, they talked about it in this documentary too, because they had the option to not do it. Like they apparently they read the order that was given, and it said if you don't want to kill people, you don't have to. And these people weren't like yeah, they might have got made fun of or something, but a lot of them made the decision to do it because one, the job had to be done. Like it was going to be done one way or another. If I don't do it, now Ian's got to go do it.
Oh, yeah.
Or
so
now you have to go
stepping
do it. So I need to step up to do my part. And then they, obviously they killed women and children and everything. And they said that they, in their minds, try to not minimize what they're doing, but try to make it seem like they're doing something righteous. Like if I kill a mom, well, now I have to kill the child because they're going to grow up without a parent, So they tried justifying it in their own ways.
Yep.
And then on the back end of it, they were saying how all these people were like playing the victim card because look what they made me do. I'm a monster now. I'm a blah, 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 but it's a pretty interesting, it's like an hour long, but it's pretty interesting
I would love
to watch.
that.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Crazy.
The mind is
And most of these people weren't like Nazi sympathizers. They were just normal people who were convinced that the Jews had to be killed because of the propaganda that was being pushed down.
Oh, listen, they were there. We know people that were convinced that the unvaccinated were supposed to be killed.
Right.
I mean, period. We have people that wouldn't associate with us. I mean, we went through this. This is what's so crazy. What is so crazy?
The how
Right?
much they mirror each other is crazy.
We went through this. We went through the early stages of acceptable and approved genocide. Literally, the entire world in unison launched a campaign on the unvaccinated, which was us saying that we were killers. We were murderers. We were literally heartless, gutless murderers that were the cause of a global pandemic, and that we should be locked in our houses, deprived of resources, and isolated all the way to killed, put in camps. And guess what? There was actually people today that went along with that. So we got to see how the mind fuck of that mass formation psychosis, the psychological warfare on the human mind, could convince an otherwise good human.
When we saw it too, Matt, with that video that I think we reacted to, we watched of just every news station, is displaying the same message.
Right.
And some people receive it and start to believe it, or some fight it and don't believe it. But that is how you start changing people's minds, is all of these news sources, the same message.
Oh, dude, there's no doubt in my mind that 20% or more, 20% at one point during COVID would have been okay with putting the unvaccinated in camps and locking us in and literal labor camps, Holocaust-style concentration
making
camps.
masks.
And if we continued to making masks, right? And if we continued to disobey, gas chambered executed us. There's no doubt in my mind.
That's what
20%.
got me thinking. Watching that documentary, I'm like, if they did something like this today, how many seemingly otherwise normal people would be okay killing somebody else who they didn't agree with?
Bro, we saw it.
If it was legal, if it was like, no, hey, you're not going to get in trouble for this. We're ordering you to do this.
Bro, how many families
would be okay with that?
Don't talk anymore? How many brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, sons and daughters, how many direct first line family members do not speak anymore? They might as well be dead to each other because they literally said, I don't care if you exist or not because of your vaccination status or because of your political beliefs. Like, they have made these issues are so polarizing and so divisive and so radicalized that they can literally convince the human brain that I need to go shoot up a school because America is transphobic. So I have to go kill kids to get my message across. It's radicalization, dude. It's happening.
And a lot of people look at the Holocaust and they're like, oh, that never happened
That
again.
could never
There's no
happen
way it
again.
could happen.
Right.
It's literally happened multiple times since then in different countries. Why would the United States be any different?
Dude, I think this is not what our topic was.
I know,
to
I'm
be.
sorry.
But I think this is what the intention was. I think the end of that plan, I mean, they built all these FEMA camps and all the shit they got everywhere. I think that was the intention, but I think the tool that they created, being the internet, okay, and the distribution channels for the propaganda, they lost track of it, and we were able to draw the line between modern day Holocaust and Holocaust fast enough with the same tool on the internet,
Right.
and they weren't able to suppress the information fast enough. I mean, obviously, if you don't believe that the government, that the big tech, and that big pharma, and that the big business tried to suppress our words, please come on the show. You have an open invite. You get to sit in Zach's seat.
Sit in Zach's seat.
Yep. You get to sit in Zach's seat and explain to me how they are not suppressing our words on the internet. And the words that they're suppressing are the ones that are saying, whoa, this looks like the Holocaust. Stop what you're doing. We are not, this is genocide. It's the early stages of genocide, and we should not be killed because of our I believe the internet is what the main distribution channel was, and I believe also the internet and these channels are what stopped that. But make no mistake about it. I mean, if that's the plan,
That was the goal.
and if
Still
that
probably is.
yeah, if it was, it is. I'm assuming it is.
I wonder.
They're going to do it again. They're not just going to be like, well, it was a bust.
Didn't work.
It didn't work, so we're going to ditch that plan.
I think the name of it is Ordinary Men, I think is the name of the documentary. It's like an hour long. It's a good little watch.
Let's check it out. What were you going to say, Ian?
I wonder if the internet was at its current state it is now, back when 9/11 happened, if we as a country would not have fallen into the trap like we did in regards to just like what Andy Frisella said of we all believed everything that happened. I mean, you riled up and America, like we want to. I mean, we essentially took a whole race of humans and not evilized them. What's that word? You know what I'm trying to say.
Evilized is a good word, though.
Yeah,
I'm really good at making up words.
Evilized. I got it. Yep. Evilized.
I agree with you that I think the internet is what has helped wake people up from COVID. So I'm really curious if the internet was it was still there, but not as how it is now.
So I think the answer to this is a guess. We don't know. We could speculate all day. I think the answer is if the internet was what it was then what it is today.
There you go.
It 100% would have been exposed as a fraud. I know for a fact. I mean, there's interviews that were done by conspiracy theorists.
I finally saw the clip on the Pentagon. I've never seen that clip before of the guard shack, and it breaks it down frame by frame.
And it's not an.
I've never seen that, and it was funny. The last when we did the 9/11 podcast, the next day it popped up on our Instagram.
Go figure.
And yeah, it had a side by side. It showed the plane that I'm doing finger quotes of what hit it, and it showed it next to the Pentagon of what it would look like, and then it showed frame by frame, and you don't see nothing. You see like a little a pencil there, and then an explosion, and it's like, dude, if there was a plane in one frame, you'd see a plane there or something, a tail, a nose.
How about the fact that that's the only video?
Right.
Like regardless,
it's the Pentagon.
It's the Pentagon.
There's probably 5 cameras on every square inch of that building.
The Pentagon.
It's the Pentagon.
It's a tourist attraction and the most secure of the tourist attractions in all the land.
We are the freest. Speaking of which, if you are enjoying our conspiracy theories, make sure you help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button because it's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel.
Thank you.
Oh,
Good job. We forgot to do that.
now
at the
we
beginning.
can get into our.
And we
hold on real quick.
Okay.
If I was going to say something, I don't remember what it was, but
7.
if there were conspiracy theorists, and we all understand
They
the
sounded
word
so crazy.
conspiracy theorist was created out of thin air to basically
minimize what they're saying.
devalue truthers, people who are questioning the mainstream narrative that was delivered to us in a package on our doorstep like Amazon with a bow. Okay, if you question that, you're a conspiracy theorist, and it carries a negative connotation intentionally because they wanted to make us seem like we were not truthers or people that were just seeking
Crazy fucks
Right.
talking out your ass.
Exactly. They wanted to make us seem crazy, and they existed in 2001.
And they seemed super crazy.
I know them, and they did seem super crazy. They seemed super crazy to me.
Anti-vaxxers have been around forever.
And they seemed super crazy.
Right.
What do you mean you don't vaccinate your kids?
Right. Because it was so hard. The information wasn't as readily available to kind of connect the dots for so many people. And those people, I think, 20 years ago had a harder time, a more difficult time sort of laying out the agenda. I remember it had to have been 20 years ago, me asking my brother, who was telling me that climate change is bullshit. And I'm going, why do you think that? Okay, you dummy. And he was telling me the cell phones are going to track us. And I'm like, why do you think they would give a shit what you're doing? Like, no, they're not. But he couldn't fully articulate the end game because it wasn't so clear then.
Right.
And it was so foreign to so many. And now the more and more people that have this information, to answer your question, if the information was available then, I think it would have immediately happened because there were a lot of people that were questioning it. And I think that is why they stopped showing the footage. And I think that's why the president didn't show up to the 9/11 memorial this year. And I think that's why they're going to try and make it go away, because more and more and more and more, because they couldn't suppress the information long enough, because the internet got so out of control and allowed so many people to upload so many things so fast. And the cell phones, the tracking device, allowed us to save and store so many things so fast where they can't suppress the information we have without blowing their own cover that they're accessing our information on our phones to, which they obviously are. Anyway, I think I think we're to the Netflix point. I don't know. I don't know. I've asked myself that question before too. If Netflix is putting out so many of these
anti-woke,
right? Like, what's happening there? Is it money driven? But do they respond to money? Because if the money on the other side that can just print money, I don't know the answer. So if anyone has the answer, put that in the comments. Why is
maybe
Netflix
they're trying to be a good guy?
I think that's the theory of all the people, is that these people once were bad and they are now waking up and going, well, I don't want to destroy humanity, or I don't want to do that, or I don't know. We'll see.
A lot of good stuff on Netflix right now, though.
Anyway, all right, now what we got that was a good time, and I ruined it. To segue into,
so we had a missing fighter jet.
Oh, the fighter jet.
The fighter jet
Okay.
went missing.
Yeah.
And what's crazy about this is being in the Navy. I don't know all of like the systems that they have, but one thing 100% they have is GPS. Like, these things are trackable at all times. They know where these jets are at.
What were they saying? This was like a stealth fighter jet or something?
Yeah, so that doesn't you can't catch that on the radar? I mean, stealth jets can fly under the radar.
Yes, but the radar doesn't matter. Like, it has a tracking device on it, and they internally know
we can
where
track
it's.
our own
Yeah,
place.
we could track our own stuff.
It's untrackable by somebody else. But
Yes,
we should be able to track.
Yeah, like,
Right.
we don't track our stuff on radar. I mean, you could see it on radar, but
And
that's not
there's-
how we know where it's at.
There's an ejector for the pilot, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. He ejected, and then
So did it say why he ejected?
Have
though?
they interviewed that pilot?
So that all the details are not out yet in regards to why he ejected, at least as of yesterday, because I was looking this up yesterday. And then it went into autopilot, and it just kept flying. And then we have a guy
Eventually
named
crashed in South Carolina. Right?
and then we
Is
have
that
a guy
what they're
named
saying?
Randolph White that saw it.
All right, so you got a video on this?
I do have a
All
video.
right, Ian, tell yourself to roll that video.
Roll that video.
Direct energy weapon, please. Thank you.
I'm almost October the 6th. I'll be 72 years old.
Randolph
God
White
damn,
retired
he's
from
getting
his job at the
72.
paper mill in
This guy's
Georgetown 10 years
Is he
ago.
wearing a
He lives in this
a
house with
weighted
his
vest?
wife in a very rural area of Williamsburg County.
Well, it's nice and quiet and peaceful, and I don't
Hold on, press pause.
have to worry about.
Is this where the plane crashed?
Yeah, so
Williamsburg?
I believe
Is
it's.
it-
Yep,
is
I
that
believe
what
it's
it said?
like right somewhere. If this is his house, somewhere right around here.
Did he get any pictures or footage or anything?
I think he's gonna recall here shortly what he heard.
I don't have to worry about people that close, and I don't have to worry about people that close up tight. I like space.
He loves living about 2 miles away from where he grew up. Normally it's pretty quiet, but on Sunday afternoon,
I was in the bathroom taking a shave. And I heard a screeching, between a screech and a whistle. What in the world is this? And I heard a boom. Then my whole house shook.
White says he didn't realize it was a plane at the time, so he didn't call anybody.
The first thought
Did he
came to me, I said, what's a meteorite coming out of space or something?
that's what I would think.
What is this video?
That'd probably be what I thought.
Too low. So yesterday evening,
It's flying too low.
Too low.
the helicopters out there walking.
Oucha.
Choppers keep
Oh, there. Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh,
So that's
whoa.
where it crashed. That's where it went.
I don't see any airplane there. I hate to be a conspiracy theorist, but I don't see no airplanes.
Any airplanes?
Maybe they already retrieved the wreckage.
I don't see no damn airplanes.
I mean, it could have
If it's a
very
stealth
well
jet,
like imploded and
well, then if it's a stealth jet, they probably don't want that just laying around. I'm guessing they probably clean that up
Pretty quickly.
pretty quickly.
Answer, pro do it. All right, press play.
Oh, yesterday evening, sudden,
I love this dude.
Out there walking,
Out there walking.
choppers keep flying around. I said, well, somebody must have robbed a bank or killed some people or whatever.
Oh.
I walked up there. They told me it was about the plane.
The F-35B airplane wreckage created an extensive debris field. The wreckage is located off Old Georgetown Road. Military
Get
know
out
about
of here,
that,
bro.
man.
That ain't no debris field.
That is not a. It looks like they cut down some trees and set it on fire.
Get out of here.
You think it's still missing?
Oh, God, man. I don't know, but this guy is great. And
He
There's
is.
definitely not anything there. Like,
Dude,
what are they
there's-
showing
there's-
us? A
Yeah,
bunch of
there's
trees
no
in there?
like divot in the ground. There's just. It looks like literally trees got cut down and set on fire.
when you edit this, put like a full-size digital still of that image on the screen for our
Keep
viewers.
going. Does it show up more though?
with numerous red and white signs
Oh,
on
we
the
called
side
in
of
the
the road
Marines.
that read, "No trespassing. This area has been designated a national defense area."
Yeah.
Got through the grass across
Yeah, nobody's allowed in there to look at it.
Because the church right up there, about a half mile.
About a mile of Old Georgetown Road will be closed for an unknown period of time.
Anything man-made can malfunction. You know, so you try to give them the benefit of the doubt. But it needs to be investigated, and the public need to know what really happened.
Where?
Oh,
yeah.
he's smart, bro.
It shouldn't be kept a secret what happened.
I like. Can we get him on the show?
Yeah.
Thank
Could have been
you.
a major disaster.
And we have all of the information that we have been able to gather
No, you
about
don't.
this crash at our website. Just log on.
Okay.
Oh, we have all of the information that we've been able to gather, which is none.
Which is a.
You got a great interview though.
Yep.
Applaud them for that interview.
That's right. And that guy was awesome. Well done.
Did he
So
say
awesome.
taking a shit or taking a
Taking a
shave?
shave.
Taking a shave. I thought he was going to say shit too.
Taking
I
a-
was in there taking a shit.
I was taking a shave. He was trying to say take a shit, and he
He
said,
just about faced
Yeah.
real quick. Shave.
I was in there taking a shave. And we know what you meant, Mr. Williamsburg County man.
Oh, what a good dude.
Yeah, that was good. All right, well, thank you. Do we have like a real story on this? Is that never mind. You know what? That's enough. Thank you, ABC
For showing us that
2
the wreckage.
for showing us your bullshit. We appreciate it. Thank you for showing us the wreckage of what appeared to be just a open spot of woods.
does not look like enough for an
There we go.
F-35.
I'll put this up so when you look down, you see him and not the other guy.
A fighter jet. That guy's great.
He's amazing.
A fighter jet. I could tell you. I
It
don't.
caused a little more damage than that.
I don't know where it did crash, but I know where it didn't crash. And a fighter jet did not crash in that tiny little hole of woods, because I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. And
Dude, I've seen movies when alien planes crash, and I mean, it leaves a meteor hole. You know what I mean?
in fairness, maybe the media is maybe the Channel 2 ABC local affiliate is just stupid, and they're flying a drone and they're like, this looks like it could be a crash site. Let's air that, because because our audience is also stupid, and they'll believe anything we say, anything we put in front of them. But I don't know. I think maybe we do some more investigative reporting and find out if this plane actually was recovered, and if it didn't.
Dude, I mean,
They say it was.
From that, well, yeah,
yeah, they
in
say a
that
lot
county.
of shit.
from the looks of it, I would say it is not recovered. I mean, I think we all agree that
Not right there.
Yeah, that is not where a fighter jet crashed.
We don't think. Let's just say. Let's try to
Maybe it
avoid
just
us getting some
landed,
sort of.
like,
Oh, yeah.
really-
Maybe it just rested on top of the
Well, I
trees.
saw
they
another
craned it out.
another article of they were interviewing like a family that it flew over and it was like inverted. They said, and it.
He was doing loops.
coming
He was
down.
doing backflips and stuff.
So
were
I don't think
inverted.
it like gently set itself on the ground.
No, it was not auto
And
land.
wouldn't there be like fire and
I'm no pilot, but planes don't autopilot land.
Well, did you
Not
hear
even
too?
fighter jets.
So when it went missing, they actually asked the public to help find their.
What's
missing...
even more amazing is some of those trees look like they were burnt. So like the fire suppressed itself.
Maybe it do the direct energy. Maybe they did that thing,
Oh, just buzzed a little hole. in
buzzed
the-
a little hole, and we're like, "There's the
Hawaii-
crash
the Hawaii
site."
fire.
Yeah, the Hawaii.
Well, why would
laser.
that fire not have burnt down that entire little forest right there?
Yeah, they put it out quick.
They got there
That
fast.
guy.
It was missing, but they put it out quick.
Is this guy still up on the screen, or is he gone?
Yeah, he's still there.
This guy put the fire out.
After he caught a shave.
He caught a
wouldn't put it
shave.
in?
He does
Put it
look
out?
clean shaven. Maybe he was shaven.
He wasn't lying.
Oh, I believe him. I like it. He's a believable guy. I like
He
him.
might have showered and shaved. He looks clean.
He was on the
He
third
looks
S.
well yeah, he was. That's it. He was grabbing a shave. Anyway, all right. I don't know, man. Yeah,
knows?
So the elephant in the room, aside from the bucket of espresso and on
Ukraine
whiskey,
has a new jet.
Yeah.
is come on, man. How embarrassing for our country again. And then you announce it. This is why I go on. Like all of the shit that is classified and top secret and that we don't get to be privy to. This is something you announce to the whole world.
We're missing $1 million or billions?
100 million.
Yeah.
$100 million
A lot of
fighter
money.
jet. Please help us find it. And other countries are looking at us like, what?
America is lost in the sauce. Yeah, man, it's intentional and it's bad. And if it isn't intentional, it is absolutely embarrassing. And us as a country should really reflect on our next election. And I'm not saying Donald Trump or DeSantis or I'm not saying anybody is our guy, but I'm telling you right now, it isn't this administration. And if you think it is, and you can justify that we have lost a fighter jet and then announced it to the world as not being embarrassing on a world stage and making us look weak and incompetent and incapable of defending ourselves. Again, you are welcome to sit in Zach's seat. You are invited onto the show. Please message us, direct message us.
Slide into our DMs.
Yeah,
if you
slide
will.
into the DMs or just put it in the comment that you are interested in coming and explaining how this is not weak and embarrassing and disheartening and frustrating and how we should continue to have these imbecile monkey tards in office. That's my spiel. Yeah. You got any opinions on the missing fighter jet?
It just sounds silly saying it, don't it?
It's so
It
stupid.
does.
That's because it doesn't happen.
It sounds fake.
I literally
Is what it sounds like.
I
Sounds
still
like
have
Oprah asking for your money.
I still have a cell phone on my hand receipt through the army I turned in like
Right.
2 years ago, and they're still hounding me about. And we're losing jets all of a sudden.
Oh, dude. $1 trillion budget.
They care more
mistakes.
about my
Government
BlackBerry
computer.
original BlackBerry cell phone than they do about $1 million fighter jets. I'm like, come
Bro,
on.
it sounds fake. But to the civilians that
Somebody-
have no idea.
Right.
Everybody was looking for a fighter jet.
Somebody has to be held accountable, though. Like, who's being held accountable?
And
for
we're
this?
never going to know. We'll never
Whose
know.
hand receipt is that going on?
Yeah.
Right?
And listen, Lindy lost her cell phone earlier. And within about 3 minutes, we can log into another cell phone, track the GPS.
Jet doesn't have that technology.
Right.
Doesn't
Get
have that.
outta
You
here,
can't
bro.
ping a jet, Matt. You can't ping a jet.
Bro, I can
Find
a-
my jet.
Can we copyright that?
You're gonna-
We could sell it to the government.
I don't have your jet logged into my. You're gonna have to log out. You're gonna have to log into your own to ping your jet. I don't have. But get out of here. You can't. We can find a set of keys.
Most powerful fighting force in the world.
What are those things called? The
Air.
air tag. You can't even you fucking air
Get an air
tag.
tag it.
Put
Get
an
an
air
air
tag,
tag it.
on the jet. Like Apple could find your jet.
$4.99 on Amazon.
Yeah, for $5. Amazon. AirTag all the jets this way. The next time this happens, you dumbasses, you can just ping it and look for it. It's bullshit.
Honestly, the first video clip I saw of it, I just kept scrolling because I was like, "There's no way."
That's
There's-
the Onion.
it does
The
not
Onion
sound
wrote an
real.
article.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. That's
Exactly.
exactly what I thought it was. So I just kept scrolling. Again, I saw another video of news.
Yeah. The Babylon Bee.
And I was
Oh.
like, no way.
Like, oh shit, this is real. We lost a jet.
I couldn't believe it. Well, I'm glad that you blessed us with this guy, ABC News, and Ian.
Amazing.
I appreciate you coming through on that. All right,
Yeah, I don't know.
Ian,
much
tell
about
yourself to take that video off. Ian, tell yourself to take that, unroll that video.
Take off that video.
Thank you. Quick one. Quick. That was a
Can
quick
you do that inverted?
direct energy.
that. Oh, it's just a whistle then.
Am I getting better?
No.
All right. Anyway, all right. What's our next topic? You got something else for us to talk about?
Yeah, we got so there is some controversy surrounding Russell Brand right now. He's being accused of sexual assault and a bunch of things like that. And he
That
is
old
also
chestnut.
a conspiracy theorist and a freedom fighter. And it brings up Elon Musk was talking about how over the last year, a bunch of, and I don't remember the other names, but a bunch of people who believe in conspiracies and talk about freedom are being accused of things like this. And then the media.
That's why I stay in my house. That's why I don't go anywhere.
Right? You can't
accuse me of nothing. I was at home.
Nope. Wrong.
But he came out with a video on his. So YouTube demonetized him again. You are innocent until proven guilty, but YouTube is taking the stance that he is guilty.
Demonetized means demonetized.
Yep. So he's not making
no
any
more
money,
money
on his...
from YouTube. Demonetized.
He just said demonetized means demonetized.
Yeah, demonetized is a weird word.
Demonetized?
Yeah, demon. It's not
Demon time?
demonical. Yeah. All right, so
Sounds like it.
what do we got on Russell Brand? We got anything to watch, or are we just going to chat about it?
Nope. He came out the video on his channel.
How
talking
long
about
is the
these
video?
2 minutes.
Oh, let's fucking go. All right, Ian, you got your poop in a group back there? Let's play this
I do.
video. Ian, tell yourself to roll that video.
Roll that video.
Hello there, you Awakening Wonders. Now, this isn't the usual type of video we make on this channel where we critique, attack, and undermine the news in all its corruption, because in this story, I am the news. I've received 2 extremely disturbing letters, or a letter and an email, one from a mainstream media TV company, one from a newspaper, listing a litany of extremely egregious and aggressive attacks, as well as some pretty stupid stuff, like my community festival should be stopped, that I shouldn't be able to attack mainstream media narratives on this channel. But amidst this litany of astonishing, rather baroque attacks are some very serious allegations that I absolutely refute. These allegations pertain to the time when I was working in the mainstream, when I was in the newspapers all the time, when I was in the movies, and as I've written about extensively in my books, I was very, very promiscuous. Now, during that time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual. I was always transparent about that then, almost too transparent. And I'm being transparent about it now as well. And to see that transparency metastasized into something criminal that I absolutely deny makes me question, is there another agenda at play? Particularly when we've seen coordinated media attacks before, like with Joe Rogan when he dared to take a medicine that the mainstream media didn't approve of. And we saw a spate of headlines from media outlets across the world using the same language. I'm aware that you guys have been saying in the comments for a while, watch out, Russell, they're coming for you, you're getting too close to the truth. Russell Brand did not kill himself. I know that a year ago there was a spate of articles, Russell Brand's a conspiracy theorist, Russell Brand's right wing. I'm aware of news media making phone calls, sending letters to people I know for ages and ages. It's been clear to me, or at least it feels to me, like there's a serious and concerted agenda to control these kind of spaces and these kind of voices. And I mean my voice along with your voice. I don't mind them using my books and my stand-up to talk about my promiscuous, consensual conduct in the past. What I seriously refute are these very, very serious criminal allegations. Also, it's worth mentioning that there are witnesses whose evidence directly contradicts the narratives that these 2 mainstream media outlets are trying to construct, apparently in what seems to me to be a coordinated attack. Now, I don't want to get into this any further because of the serious nature of the allegations, but I feel like I'm being attacked, and plainly they are working very closely together. We are obviously going to look into this matter because it's very, very serious. In the meantime, I want you to stay close, stay awake, but more important than any of that, if you can, please stay free.
Ooh, that was powerful. The last.
If you can, because he can't.
All right, so I'll go first. You guys want to go first?
Shocker.
You want to go first?
I've always liked Russell Brand because of the way he is very, like you said, transparent. Like he used to talk about it in interviews all the time about
I love Russell
all the D he was slinging around back in the day.
The D he was slinging back and around, that is slang for having sexual
intercourse. Relations. He was having the sex with...
Having the sex. The sexes. With all the people.
With that being said, I mean, I tend to believe him. Like, I don't think he...
Because he has came out and is now a conspiracy theorist, it's just part of...
And since he was so promiscuous back in the day, it's a pretty easy thing to accuse him of.
Here's what they do, whoever they are. They find someone who has influence and that disagrees with the narrative. Okay, what their agenda and what their narrative that they're putting out is. And what they do is they launch, as he is describing,
Yeah, he did a very good job of
a
that.
orchestrated, synced up, intentional attack on this person's character. And the way they do that is they do it with a team. It's not one person. They do it with a team, and they go back and they find every single person that they can that ever had any kind of contact with this person, and they try and convince them to talk bad about them. And if they can get someone to say, I had sex with him, or I did that, then they're going to say, was it consensual? And they're going to say, well,
I did take a shot.
right. But we
you
were
can't
doing some
consent if-
drugs. We were drinking. Then they're going to say, do you think it was, did he give you those? Were you drugged? Did you forget? And then all of a sudden, they have now freed this person of their guilt. Saying,
I would never sleep with
Right.
someone the first time I meet with
Yep,
them.
I
Of
wouldn't
course
do
there's
that.
the
Right.
shots.
Now they are freed, and then on goes the narrative. They could do this with 2, 3, 4 people. Then they get other people to latch onto that story, guilt-free, anonymously.
Hey, I had sex with Russell Brand too.
Well,
Maybe there's
so now it's
something
up
in
to
it
4
for
women.
me.
Now it's up
Yep.
to 4 women.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm always skeptical when, like, I understand a lot of times women will go through it and not want to talk about it and not want to say. But when so much time has passed, the longer the time is, the more skeptical it seems. Like, why are you waiting for somebody else? Like,
It's because Russell Brand is now coming out.
right, that's what I'm saying. Like, the timing of it is just peculiar.
Listen, and for all you bitch-ass haters out there and feminist Me Too movement people, I'm not... If this guy legitimately raped a girl, like,
Yeah, we're not.
we
seeing
condone
this-
that.
Right. We're not seeing-
Condemn that. We do not...
Whoa, I was like, what?
We condemn that. Like, we absolutely are 100% against that.
And he
in
should be punished.
Any way, shape. Yeah, we said it earlier. Like, his wiener should be cut off. Like, cut the guy's junk off if he did that.
But he needs to be proven
Yes.
guilty first.
Yeah, we can't go down this path of not believing every single woman that comes out and says this, because I imagine, I don't know, I'm not a woman and I've never been a woman and I've never been raped. I imagine that carries a heavy burden. I mean, I imagine that is something that women carry with them, and it's traumatic, and they carry it with them for a long time. And if they get the courage to come out and blow up somebody's spot, I mean, we might save that from somebody else. Like, I encourage that to happen. But just as we can't go down and say these bitches are crazy and they, this and that, we also can't say he's a rapist. Like, we can't do that. We have to wait for the facts to come out. He sounded very convincing, and the story lines up. We can use our critical thinking skills and say, okay, well, why would they do this? First, we establish a motive. Why would they do this? Why? Because they want him to shut up.
And he also just also interviewed Tucker, gave Tucker the first interview. And I mean, how long until Tucker, finger quotes, raped somebody, like,
Oh, I think he's already gone down
a canceling?
quick allegation. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Dude, so side note, this dude named Joel Greenberg, who I was in, we were like in Little League, like we grew up with him in Maitland, like in Florida. He ended up the state tax, like the Florida tax collector, and he ended up in cahoots with Matt Gaetz and like cooperate. I just found this out when I was with my family last week, that this dude was with Matt Gaetz on that whole, he was with the thing for sexual misconduct of some sort, rape. And Matt Gaetz got cleared, or no charges were ever brought on him. But this dude, Joel Greenberg, got like 11 years in prison for that. We grew up with this kid.
I mean, there's no
Yeah.
question in my mind that actors, actresses,
Politicians
use their power and influence to
That's right.
have sex with people.
That's
Like-
right. Powerful
But if
people.
you are an adult and saying yes to that, it's hard to. They're blurring the lines, is what they're doing between consensual and non-consensual. Like, if groupies, dude, rock stars do it all the time. You know what I mean? Like, it happens. But if you're an adult consenting to it and regret it 2 years later.
Right.
It
Sorry.
doesn't. The key word you just said there is consenting. It does not matter if you give consent. That is consent.
Well,
and it ends there.
But
And
consent,
they may be doing it and then regretting it
Of
after
course.
the fact, which
we've all done.
happens. Sure, yeah. Believe me, I've done
Yeah,
it.
we've all done it. Like, shit. Matter of fact, I've been raped by a couple chicks out there that I'm coming after you too.
But that doesn't give you the right to come out later and be like, well, I actually didn't want that to happen. You know what I mean? It's just
Because of that concept, they have blurred the lines, intentionally blurred the lines of consent so they can weaponize the word consent.
They make words not matter, Matt.
Right. And that's why, dude, my kids, I have these conversations with my kids daily. Like, you don't get to live in the world that I grew up in, where we can just do that. And even then, it was, there was some fine line shit even in our age.
Oh, yeah.
But today, it's everything is weaponized. And you give an inch and it's over. They'll end your life.
Yep.
If you have the wrong political view, or if you have the wrong worldview, or if you don't believe the narrative. Like, if you do, I mean, we saw it with the BLM riots. Like, you're allowed to go set shit on fire, riot, loot, burn, kill, murder, beat. Like, you're allowed to do whatever you want. And then if you get locked up, which you don't, the police officers get stand down orders. You don't get to do anything. You don't have to do anything. And then if you get in, you get bailed out and never charged because you're on that side. But if you're on the other side, you can't go to a protest.
Or they say you incited a riot.
It's an insurrection, or it's inciting riots.
treason.
Right. It's treason. And you're locked up for 20 years.
I'm trying to think of somebody on the left.
It doesn't.
Like I'm trying to
doesn't
think
happen.
in my head.
Right.
Well, no, because what the left does is you got like Oprah, and they try and give you money to get. We want your money because we got your land.
The people on the left that do it are the people that this is my opinion. It's just what I think. The people on the left that actually get this treatment are the ones that flip, that draw the line and they say, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, this is my line. I've got a hard line in the sand. I'm not going to participate in the, I don't know, killing of whatever, whatever their hard line is. Once they draw that line, then they get abused and they're blackmailed, dude. Like, that's what was going on
Right.
Epstein's Island. Like, they were literally catching these people.
Well, now we have a picture of you.
Correct. So now you're going to do it, or you're going to get suicided. You don't want to get suicide. You don't want to get Clinton out here.
Or you're going to get me too.
Or you're going to get Me Too'd, or you're going to get something. Yeah, that's the big fear. That's the fear that that we have, that I have, for...
I 100% believe it, dude. You get to a point in Hollywood where you're either blackmailed into it, or, hey, if you want to continue going down this path, you need to do these certain things, or you're never going to be in a movie again.
They can find you having sex your senior in high school, but they can't find a jet.
They can find video of you.
Right? Listen.
Like, what was that punter recently? Matt Ariza, or what was his name? He got drafted by like the Bills or something. Got accused of raping some girl in college. Got dropped, career over, and then they came back later and said it wasn't true.
It was a false accusation.
He got acquitted of all charges. Like, just saying it, man, ruin your life.
Literally, yeah. They demonetized Russell Brand's channel. Again, these are just accusations right now, and he's not making money anymore.
Did you say demonetized or demonetized?
Yes.
Which did you say? I'll listen to it.
I said demonetized. Is it demonetized?
I don't know.
I say D.
You're a switcher. You're a switch hitter.
I think I've lost.
I did see a meme the other day that said
demonetized.
it's a very expensive loss for the Jets with the Jet.
Aaron Rodgers.
I got a meme.
It's a bad week for losing expensive jets or
Yeah,
something. That's what I said.
Yeah.
I got a picture from a friend of mine, Matt Summers, who was a battle buddy and a dear friend of mine my whole life, that said, it's a picture of like a protester in what seems to be New York City. It says, this is way off topic, by the way, but I wanted to read it because I laughed out loud. It says, if genitals don't define gender, how does removing them affirm it?
Affirm it.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Clever.
The things that make you go, Answer that one. If you have an answer to this question, you are welcome on this show to Protect Your Purpose podcast. You get to sit in Zach's chair and explain this shenanigans. Anyway, let's wrap this thing up.
Yes,
we did a good show today.
Yeah.
That was fun.
awesome.
Good show for not knowing what the hell we were going to talk about until after we started. Ian came prepared today with a couple good topics.
I did. I come with 5 topics every show.
You do.
And you get to choose 3.
You do. And you also are an editing wizard with those shorts, and now you have advanced yourself to the ability to produce
very quick.
12 of them in 12 minutes.
He's very quick.
He's quick now. So
It's 13 and 12 minutes.
yeah, sorry. Under a minute.
world
Yeah,
record.
World record. So get ready, social media platforms, because you are
Your
about to get...
SPM has gone up. Your
Yeah.
shorts per
And
minute.
by the way, we also are officially on Rumble. So if you'd like to, what we got? Actually, we just got our 4th follower, Zach. I just got the notification. Zach followed us.
That's good. I'm going to get on there and be lucky number 5.
I think I was 5.
I think I'm going to wait for 10. All right. So listen, thank you all for watching the show. We appreciate your support and your love. We are known throughout the world as the freest podcast in all the land, right? We are
Copyright that shit.
the freest podcast in all the land, where freedom is everything. We understand that you probably don't want to share this because of the nature of our content. We also don't want to share this, but you have to. You have to in order to maintain the freest podcast in all the land title. In order to be free, we need you to share and like and love and smash that subscribe button.
I was just thinking this morning because I was listening to the Pat McAfee show.
Uh-huh.
Where all they do is they coin themselves as sports stooges and just talk about sports all day. I was like, I would love to do that.
Matt would love to start
now
up
I'm
a
just
sports podcast.
Now I have to be here freaking trying to save the world.
Yeah, this little small task. Our purpose is to save the world. By way of purpose and influence, I want to do another show here sometime coming up. Maybe we'll do another podcast where I want to talk about the
We usually do a couple of weeks.
I want to do the financial position. Next, we're going to do finances. I'm going to talk about finances.
It's been a minute
and-
actually since we've done. Holy cow!
And
It's
the
been a while
world.
since we've done finances.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I wanted to talk about on this show, and we have now run out of time.
We're an hour and 4 minutes in.
But we'll rock and roll with some finances on an upcoming episode here, because I think the world and the financial world is getting more and more crazy by the minute. Inflation is launching to the moon still. Home values have not come down. Interest rates have gone up. Home values are less affordable, and I think people need to be more financially aware and make good, better financial decisions in the upcoming months and years. Probably we're up against
definitely
some-
years.
I could use that podcast.
Yeah, I think everyone can. I could too.
You know where we could go for a podcast like that?
I'll tell you this. As we end the show, if you made it this far in the show, after the outro that I was in the middle of, where Zach decided he was going to chime in with a different topic to
You're welcome.
reincite the new
The fire in your
yeah,
belly?
the fire. Yeah. I'll end with this.
Get them riled up.
Protect your money. Okay? Because it's going to be very difficult to protect your purpose with no money. And right now is a time where we should not only be finding our purpose, serving our purpose, and protecting our purpose. We should be protecting our money to the fullest ability, to our fullest ability. Now is not the time to go spending $5,000 on a 4-wheeler so your kids could ride in the summer, or now is not the time to go, take out a loan on a new sports car or whatever. Now's the time to start, contracting a little bit, start being more cautious and conscious with your money decisions, and perhaps doing some investments. So let's do a conversation on that next episode.
Done.
In the meantime, people, thank you so much for listening and for following and for watching and for all of the love and the comments and the shares and everything you do. And as always, people, find your purpose, serve your purpose, and protect your purpose, people. Peace.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.